Welcome to Jazzy Mastery 2. We're going to go through how you can learn to play what you hear inside like a jazz pro within 6 weeks. And my name is Adam Skinner, and who am I? I'm a jazz pianist. I also play classical piano, and I've been playing piano for many years. And over the time, I've developed like this wish to be able to hear inside and play it on the piano, which is my main instrument. So this is what we're going to do today. So what you're going to get out from this webinar, I'm going to do a share here. What? Bra. We're going to do today is go through how can you improve your inner musical hearing. Because some people say like, well, I don't really hear anything special. So I'm going to work at actually how I can hear and improve this. And then can you learn to play what you hear inside? And how can you, as a total beginner, learn to improvise and swing? Improvisation is really freeing for the soul. So we're going to work with all these things. And this is the link to my website as well. Okay, so let's go through the basics of this webinar. So my story was shortened like this. I went to Berklee College of Music in 1990. I have been thinking about this for a long time. People said you don't have enough talent and stuff like that. So they said, you know, you better not do it. But I was really motivated, so I went there. And it was really good experience because I learned from the beginning, you know, how you can improvise and improve your improvisation skills. And so what I did is I began studying, listening to various scales and modes. And then I began playing around with them in various contexts. And now I'm going to show this on the electric guitar and on the piano. So yeah, I'm going to do it here on the piano to begin with. So there's a scale called the blues scale, and it looks like this. F, A flat, B flat, B, C, E flat, E. That's an F blues scale. And it's based on a pentatonic scale, which is a 5-note scale. And then what you do, you add the blue note. And that is what makes it sound blue. That kind of sound. So what I did when I studied at Berklee, and what you're going to be presented to, is you can actually play around with this scale and see what you come up with. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put on Band in a Box. And we're going to see here, it's this one. This is an orchestra program where I've programmed the chords of F blues. And I'm going to demonstrate how you can make with a simple line, which is called a lick, make it sound good. So let's play it. 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so back to me here. So what you could see there from like simple lines, you can actually make it swing. And that's really cool. You can also take it in the context of electric guitar and a more bit rock oriented. So yeah. Yeah, so here we have a Stratocaster, which is one of my favorite guitars. And you can play an E blues scale, which looks like this. E, G, A, H, R, B, D, E, E, G, A, H, R, B. And then what you can do is you can take a few of these notes and just play around with it. So what I do is I go D, E, E, D, 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 G, E, D, E, E, D, E, D, G, D, E. And I can do it in a context, for instance, of Purple Haze with Jimi Hendrix. So then it would sound like. And then you go and play the song. And then you go back. Yeah. So that's a small demonstration. You can also do it on another instrument. I have an alto flute here. Yeah. So this is a particular instrument. It's kind of bent like this. It's nice. Stravinsky used it in Rite of Spring. I like it because it has a kind of a nice fluffy sound. Now I can play the F blues on this instrument too. On the instrument I will play it in B flat blues because it's tuned differently. So let's put on the band again. Or you may want to see me play, so we do like this. Skip that. Just put this on. Take it a bit slower tempo. Ta 110. Så, nu kör vi. And I can sing that line, it's easy. Ba-da-din-da-da-ba-da. Ba-da-din-da-da-ba-da. And so forth. All right. Bra. So what I've demonstrated here is by actually playing around with a scale, in this case the blues scale, you can create music and make it swing and make it interesting with a simple means. So yeah, and what I did then to improve my hearing inside is I began listening to other musicians. I began playing on my instrument just like I did now, and I would also transpose hymns, melodies, and jazz songs to different keys and let my ear be the guide. And the more I practice this, the more I improved. And yeah, so that's how you can do it. And then the question is, how can like a total beginner like learn to swing, sound like the jazz guys? There was my friend Marco, he asked me this question in the last webinar. And what you have if you're with me. Can you see me? Yeah. So you have to listen to the greats of jazz, begin transcribing what they do, and then you can take this into your repertory. So I'm going to demonstrate now the two first choruses of Red Garland solo on a song called Straight No Chaser. It's a jazz blues. So you can follow me on the keyboard. And I'm also going to put on the music here. Ska se, vi tar 130. Där tar jag. Yeah. All right. So what I did here is I had memorized this solo. And what I like to look now is some parts here which I really like. One thing is the C minor going to F. So what I'm playing here is, I'm playing a C minor arpeggio. I can sing it also. Da 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 ba, la 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 la. So that's it. And then I can memorize da 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 ba, da dee da dee da. And then I can transpose it to F sharp minor or C sharp minor if I want to. So that's what you can do. You can go to D. Yeah. So that's a way of starting to build up your jazz repertoire. It's by listening to the greats, imitating them, taking out licks, and then kind of listening to how they play. Red Garland from this album, he also has a special way of comping, which I'm going to illustrate now. I'm going to take up the tempo a bit so we get a feel for the original. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so forth. All right. So what he does is he anticipates. He plays ahead. So if you go 1, 2, 3, 2, ga, ga. So if I have, I can take down the tempo so you can hear it a bit clearer. Okay, let's do it again. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3. So it's before, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2. Yeah. So, ska vi se där. Stänger av den där. Bra. So what it does is it anticipates, and that's a thing to do in jazz. Many start playing jazz, so we just go on 1, like, so if we play here, they will play 2, 2. They will go like this, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or maybe behind, a bit insecure. But if you go before, it's more interesting. Then you kind of get the push. Yeah, so that's one thing you can do with the rhythm. Yeah. So that's really a big part of like evolving a jazz sound, is listening to the jazz grades and improvising and imitating and doing transcriptions. And there's free software you can use online called Amazing Slowdowner. I can write it down for you. Så ser där. Nej. It's written Amazing Slowdowner, ASD called. That's really good software. It's free. You can buy like a purchase version. And yeah. So that's what I recommend. Cool. Bra. So now if you want to learn and hear this fantastic music and express it in the moment on your instrument, I have the perfect product for you. And I have 5 seats left on this low-cost product. And they will answer all your questions and teach you how to listen and improvise like a pro in 6 weeks. They will take you from the beginning to pro level. And I'm going to go through it here. So see. What I'll do is I'll write it down here because I can't find it. So the first one is blues, riff, and ostinatos. So this course then is called Jazz Mastery 1. And you find it on my homepage, which is above here, jazzearswithadam.com. So if you go and check it out there, you arrive at the landing page. So let's see. Let's do sharing here. There. Yeah. So here I've written down the course, Jazz Mastery 1, jazzearswithadam.com. So the first one is blues riffs and ostinatos. The other one is we do chord tones, patterns, and arpeggios. And that is when you solo, for instance, on Autumn Leaves. You can go. You basically play around with the chords over the solo. You will also learn to sing them. Da ba do ba 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 do ba do ba do da da di do do. So you can actually hear and play back. So da ba do da ba ba do da do ba do da ba ba do 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 da ba do da do ba do da. So you can actually connect the ears to your improvisation. So that's what we do in the second module. And then in the third module, we go in with the chord scales, sequences, and characteristic notes. So that is like if you take again Autumn Leaves. You have a scale here, which is G minor. And this tune goes like this. Yeah. So what happens here is you play the song, and it's based on a sequence. So what you can do is when you improvise, you can actually play this sequence. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open the background here so to demonstrate this. Up now. Yes. So here on my program, I have various songs. Save this, replace. Great. Yes. Then I go here and I see Autumn Leaves. There, it's a bit slow, so I want to take it up a bit by 120 beats per minute. Here we go. So I'm going to demonstrate playing my own sequence. So now it's counting in tracks here because there's many various instruments. There's sax too, which we're not going to use today. The piano I can take down on the mix because I'm going to play myself. And then we go here. You can go down. I can make it more interesting. Oh. And then I can do something else. And then I go like. Yeah. So what I did there is I played like sequences. I went up and down. So on the piano, going up, and first down, or I begin playing around within the scale. And this we will deal with in the third module, so you can check that out. There's going to be videos. Oh, there's more people joining here. Great. All right, Evgenia, добро пожаловать. Gabriel is here too. Bienvenido, hermano. So we're going to see here a small recap. We've been discussing how you can improvise using simple tools. And now we're going through the product, what you will find in the product. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do sharing here again. So see on that. Precis. So we said chord scales. And then we're going to look into, in the fourth one, we're going to work with tensions. Tensions. I call it diving boards and upper structure triads. All right. So now I'm going to show you on the piano what a tension is. So if you have a C minor chord, then the tensions is the 9, 11, and 13. They're not part of the chord, but they give a nice sound. So if I would improvise with only these, it gives a nice sound kind of outside. And the diving board is going through a song and then singing the tension and then playing it. So if we do that with Autumn Leaves, så blir det, two. I'm going to do the 9 now. Da, ba, la, wa, lo, da, la. Let's check it if I did it correctly. Yeah, good. So what can I do with this? Yes, if I use this as a springboard, then I can start using the tension and then taking it from there. So that could look like something like this. If I just do it on the piano, I can start with a 9. And then I can go to F. And then I go to here, B flat. And then A minor 7 flat 5. So I can do it as a starting point and as do a sequence. So I can just have it as a starting point and then play whatever. So C minor will be. then. So what I begin is I start playing with a C here for the B flat major. So again, I'll just show you which is the 9, basically for the chords. So I have C minor 7, 9 is D, F13, G, B flat major 7, C, E flat major 7, F, A minor 7 flat 5, 9, 9. So I'll do a small demonstration again where I'm playing this. We can do screen share if you want to see how Band in the Box works. It's an awesome program. So here you have it. So I count in and you can follow my hands. So I'm starting with the springboard, the 9. Yeah, so that is kind of interesting. It's very minimalistic, but it makes it interesting for a listener because you say, man, this guy has his shit together. Because you can hear, you know, he knows where he's playing the 9 and he can kind of express it on the moment. So that's the third part. And I'm going to look at what else we have to here coming in the course. We have the 5th point is chromatic approaches, bopping it up. I call it from Chopin to Monk because Chopin, he uses chromatic tensions in his music. So if you look at the keyboard, you have, like, for instance, I played this today. So he has, it's basically playing a D flat chord. So what he does is he goes, it's a 13 here, I played it so you can see it. Like this. So what he's doing is playing a 13. So it's going and playing non-chord notes. The chord notes are D flat, F, A flat, and C flat. The chord scale is this. And he's playing lots of other notes. This is not in the scale. This is not in the scale. So this is a way of enriching and embellishing the music to make it interesting. Yeah. And then in jazz, you can do the same thing. So let's see. So if you have the C minor chord in Autumn Leaves, you can play a chromatic below. So the chord is this, but you can go chromatically below. And chromatic means a half step below. So if you do a solo like this, it could sound something like this. Tar vi där, så sätter vi på den här. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So that, ska se jag stannar där. Yeah. So that was extremely lots of chromatic tones, just to give an example. And that's what the bebop musicians began doing with Thelonious Monk and guys to make it more interesting, the improvisation. Because before that, improvisation was more melodic, like we did before. And they would go like... So that is like the insignia of the bebop sound. And that we're going to discuss in the 5th lesson. And in the 6th lesson, we're going to do learning from the jazz masters. So we're going to look closer to on the Red Garland with you, and you would work out your own jazz phrases. And that's from the solo I played before. And for you guys who missed it, I can play it again. So let's go here. And we have the program here called Band in a Box. I'm going to put in a tempo here. I can put it to 130 maybe beats per second, beats per minute, and count it in. This is Red Garland. Okay, sorry, it's the wrong song. Yeah, hallelujah. I have to open here F blues. So let's see. F blues jazz. Let's do this one. Yes. On the 40, okay. So the background here is a program called Band in a Box, where you can record, put in chords and styles. You have jazz swing style. You can add anything, hard rock, salsa, son montone, or whatever. So it's a great program. So here I demonstrated the solo with Red Garland. And what we're going to do is we're going to look what he's doing to begin with. He just plays around with this. Repeats it. And then he goes out. F. If we look here, this is A minor 7 to D to G. So what you can do is you can take a lick and learn it by heart, like this one, G minor. And here what it's demonstrating is what we did before. It begins on the 11. This is a G minor 7 chord. 9, 11. So go, begin here. So the actual lick is da, and then you can look and memorize it. Da ba da di da da ba da da wa pa da ba da. And I see 11, 9, 3, 5, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 5, 7, 11, 1, 1, 1, da da. Then if I want to, I can transpose it to another key. I can do it in A minor. And then I begin 11 here. So then I have like a phrase in my repertoire which I can use. And by listening to his comp, the way he comps, as I said before, can just demonstrate that briefly. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So what he does there is he plays before the beat. If you look on the keyboard here, you see it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2. So if I play walking bass here, it's before the beat. And this is an effect you get when you comp this way, called anticipation, as I mentioned before. And this we'll do in the last module there, if we look here again. Yes. So that one is called 6, Learning from the Jazz Masters from Red Garland, your own jazz phrases. So yeah. So the cost for this webinar is only, or this course is only $27. It used to be for $49, but I want to give it on the sale for you guys so you can get a good start for jazz. And I have 5 more spaces left, and I'm going to have this offer for you on my homepage. So if we look here, I think I have to do it this way. Ska se här. Now have it done. Just det, so let's do. I'm going to do sharing here. Yes. So this is if you go to my homepage, Jazz Ears with Adam, you get to the sales page and you just click on this icon, and then you can purchase with a credit card or a PayPal. And it's going to be for the remainder of this webinar, which is another 10 or 20 minutes, depending on how many questions we have. I'd also like to show you some testimonials from people who've studied with me. I also have a piano class teaching business here in Stockholm. And here are some students. This is a student, Shirley.
What I'm about to show you is going to change your life forever. The demonstration that you're about to see.
So, if we just där. No.
Hello, my name is Shirley, and I've been studying rock and pop at pianolektionerstockholm.se with Adam. We've been studying Switch Out of Mine, and I have learned a lot about chords and rhythm. It's been a really fun and great experience for me, and I am excited to continue.
Okay, yeah. That was a while ago. And here's a guy who started ear training with me also.
I've been playing piano with Adam. We've been doing some Alexander technique because I had tensions. And we've also done ear training, musical analysis, and prepared some pieces. I'm going to be applying for the conservatory this spring, and I'm looking forward to preparing for more with the pieces I'm going to be playing in the applied process. Yeah.
Oh, all right. So there. All right. So there, you've heard a few of my students who studied with me and made progress. I also have Sixten on the call here. He's studying guitar with me now. I don't know if you want to say anything. So it's open for questions and answers here. You can write your questions in the chat and I will answer them. Or else you can just say, I'd like to say something, and then I can give you free hands. So, okay. I'll answer some of the questions I had on the last course. It's like, can you do this if you're a beginner? And the answer is yes. So I begin very basic and go through everything. You will get videos showing how to play. You will get keyboards showing the keys so you can orient yourself. And also new notes for those who read notes. So it's going to be, so you can go step-by-step progress in your quest of learning to improvise. All right. So are there any questions? Okay, if not, then you're welcome again. I'll show you the link here. So dash it. Jazz Ears with Adam, that's my homepage with Squarespace. If you click on it, you will get to the payment link here. Yeah, I also have a jazz blog there you can visit later and read about my adventures in jazz piano. All right. So thank you very much for attending this seminar. If there are no last questions, I will check out. You have a chance to write something in the chat. You'll see I'm just doing up there. It's pretty empty. Okay, good. So I think you're all content, and I'm looking forward to working with you guys over the next weeks with this new jazz product, Jazz Mastery 1. Okay, cheers. Bye.